Okay, so recently I did a video about how all haters are narcissists. And you know what's funny? Narcissists actually ended up hating on that video and dropping comments, basically acting out everything I described in that coaching video to a perfect T. And the sad thing is they could not even get beyond their own narcissism to see their own narcissism. If that makes sense. So it wasn't a whole lot. I think it was just like one or two people like dropped a couple of comments. And of course, without fail, they dropped their comment from a faceless profile and a fake YouTube account. Without fail. FYI, number one sign of narcissists. They can't even stand in front of their words like a man. Nope. Gotta hide in the shadows like a coward. That way, I can get my little 2-second dirty high without you being able to touch me. I get my little 2-second dirty high and you don't know what I look like, don't know anything about me, ha ha ha. You know, classic narcissism right there. It's so sad that they can't even see their own hypocrisy, right? They can't even see their own hypocrisy. Like the one comment I remember, it actually got filtered. My VA had to send it to me because my VA responded to it and he goes, hey, it's okay if I respond to this. I said, oh yeah, absolutely. Right? Because I give them full autonomy to respond to haters or trolls, and then they have to decide from that point if the person keeps dropping like trolly comments like that. They have the autonomy to decide like, okay, this is a time management thing. It's not worth our time to keep responding because they have a job to do. We have customers. We have a business to run. We don't have time for somebody who is just, you know, trying to keep their delusional world intact so their ego can stay intact. We don't have time for that shit, okay? This is not a playground. This is not 7th grade. We have a business to run. I let them handle a lot of that. But anyway, so he sends it to me because I was going to do this coaching video. I go, hey, did anybody drop any negative comments? He couldn't even believe it, right? He couldn't even believe it. He goes, actually, somebody did. He was like, it was one or two, but the second one wasn't worth talking about. He was like, this one was because, you know, it's like fake account, faceless profile, just like you always say. And then the guy was all, yeah, what did he say exactly? He said, I'm trying to think. It was kind of long. So, yeah, obviously a sign of a narcissist. But he said, no, Em, you're the narcissist. You know why? Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be so reactive about this and angry about this. And I'm like, what? You know, I wasn't angry in that video. I was merely explaining that all haters are narcissists, and I was explaining the reasons why. And as with any coaching video I do, I put a lot of passion behind it, right? I put a lot of energy behind it. But he took that as anger because that's a self-reflection, that's self-projection. Anyway, he was talking about, oh, you wouldn't be so like triggered by this. And I was like, okay, luckily my VA did a good job of responding. A little long of a comment, but I approved of it because I was like, okay, you know, I like my VAs to learn how to verbally spar as well because these guys are out there doing game and pickup in their own countries. So this is a very important skill for them to learn. And he couldn't even see that he was the one being triggered by the video to the point where he needed to respond to it. Like the guy had a faceless profile, fake account, couldn't even like put his real profile up there. Nope, has to comment from a faceless fake account and then fail to see his own hypocrisy. It's like, dude, why are you being so angered by this YouTube video that you need to drop this like diatribe? Why are you so upset with this coaching video that I actually talked about in that coaching video? I said, you know, thing about narcissists are they'll see a YouTube video and it will rub them the wrong way. They'll get so triggered by it that they got to sit there, put in their response because they won't be able to sleep at night otherwise. They got to drop their 2 cents, right? Otherwise, they won't be able to sleep at night because they're that narcissistic. They think the video is about them. And clearly, this was about him because everything I said in that video was a clear reflection of who he was. That's why he got so triggered by it. But the thing that made his narcissism stick out was the fact that he was acting like Like, dude, anybody gives a shit about you. Like, who cares, right? Who cares? You don't have a following. You're not a social media influencer. You're not a YouTuber. You're not a content creator. You're just some random dude hiding behind a faceless fake account. Why do you care? Why do you care, right? But of course, like, everything he said was a self-projection. Exactly what I talked about in that coaching video about what narcissists do. They self-project, right? They self-project. And he was like, no, you are. You're the narcissist. You know why I am? You know why you are? Because you're sensitive to criticism. You're sensitive. Okay? You're sensitive. I can tell you're really sensitive. You are sensitive. You need to work on that. And it's like, dude, luckily my VA, pretty much took the words out of my mouth that I probably would have responded had I had nothing better to do than sit on YouTube and drop hate comments. Essentially, he responded, statistically, successful entrepreneurs, self-made millionaires, generally have a high degree of self-awareness. This is how they become successful. You cannot become successful if you do not have a super high degree of self-awareness, which conflicts with narcissism. Narcissists have zero self-awareness, and this is why he couldn't see his own self-hypocrisy. He couldn't even see his own hypocrisy. I mean, this guy was like level 9 narcissist on a scale of 1 to 10. Like level 9. He was way up there. He was even fooling himself, sadly. And the sad thing about guys like this is they're just destined to fail. They're destined to lose in life. They're losers, right? They're destined to fail because they can't even get past their own egos to learn from somebody who is doing better than them. I mean, clearly, and I'm just using this dude as an example. He follows my channel, knows I've been successful with pickup, dating. I'm one of the top 10 pickup artists in the world. I've built a successful business with hundreds of thousands of followers around the world, thousands of successful students around the world, yet this guy, hiding behind his faceless YouTube account and fake profile, can't push his ego aside long enough to see how small he is, to see that he could, maybe I could learn from this guy. Instead, he dropped, I guess he dropped a number of these comments because my VA was just like, oh, I made the decision that I need to cut this guy off because he was like dropping comments on a number of videos. And I said, okay, well, you make the call. I don't watch all that aspect of the business. I focus more on content creation and in-person coaching. I can't watch every aspect of the business. This is why when you guys message me on like IG or social media, you're like, Matt, help me out with my account. I just signed up for Mastery. And I'm like, dude, you act like I'm like Bill Gates out there, selling copies of Microsoft or something. I have a team who handles this. I have a team that I hired that I pay a lot of money to handle this shit, right? To handle customer service for me. And I make sure that these guys are available 24/7, 365 days a week, by the way. An industry gold standard that I have a team that's actually there 24/7, 365 days a year to answer your support questions. By the way, just on that note, if you ever have problems like logging into your program, if you just jumped in, it's probably in your spam folder. So please check your spam folder first. But then again, when you click that purchase button, it does say to check your spam folder. So the fact like these guys always email me after like, hey, where are my registration details? I'm like, did you check your spam folder? Oh, then they message back, oh, thumbs up, man, I got it. I'm like, cool, dude, cool. But it did say check your spam folder. I'm kidding. I love you guys. But yeah, check your spam folder, man. Anyway, all right, back to this dude. Let's keep ragging on this guy because he's a perfect example of a classic narcissist who's just destined to fail in life. So this dude obviously was following my channel. I think he was following both of my channels, right? Clearly, probably learning a lot, right? Because I got a lot of high value content. Not to pat myself on the back, but yeah, clearly learning a lot. And then he just starts throwing shade because he got triggered by the all haters are narcissists in disguise. And apparently like some of his other comments that he left previously were like borderline, they weren't even borderline, they were like crossing the I'm throwing shade line, but we let him stick around anyway. And then he was causing people to like drop to respond to his like shady comments, because whenever somebody drops like a negative comment, I mean on anybody's YouTube channel, they're gonna trigger a lot of people to respond like emotionally, right? It's just gonna get an emotional response. A lot of times that's why these guys do it. They do it for attention. Narcissists want attention. We don't like to foster that kind of energy on our channel. We like to try to keep things positive because guys come here to learn, not to throw rocks at each other, right? I mean, we're men. We need to help each other because nobody else is. And it's sad because these guys don't even participate in that. It's all about them. All they're focused on is themselves. And the main thing they're focused on about themselves is protecting their ego, protecting this delusional world that they've created in their heads, that they're this strong, like big, badass, you know, king of the world, whatever, when there's no factual proof or evidence anywhere in their lives to substantiate that, to support that, right? It's all in their heads. So when you see a guy like me do a coaching video on whatever topic it is, whether it's narcissists, whether it's how to build a, you know, successful business online, whether it's how to buy a DeLorean or anything like that, what these guys do, they just come on and start throwing shade. They start hating because their ego is getting rubbed the wrong way. Why? Because you're succeeding, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it always boils down to, is jealousy and envy. Jealousy and envy. They'll never admit it, but it always boils down to that. I've coached thousands of guys for the last 3 decades, right? Not just pickup in game, but through self-development as well. The behavioral pattern that has been the most consistent with narcissists is jealousy and envy. Jealousy and envy. They feel that they're destined to keep losing. So they hate on people who are winning, people who are succeeding. It's no different when you were in school, right? You had the jocks, you had the people who were playing sports, or people who were doing well, and then you had like a tiny group of people at your school who are just pissing on everything. Oh, screw those jocks, they're stupid, they're probably all gay. Or they're spreading rumors like, oh, that guy's dating the hottest girl in the school. Oh, he's probably paid her, you know? I mean, they're just constantly saying like wormy, snotty little shit like that. And this is what causes people to just not want to be around them, right? No surprise. These type of people, like narcissists, they rarely have any friends, right? They pretty much have no friends. If anybody chooses to surround themselves with them, it's not a friend, it's an enabler, okay? It's an enabler. It's somebody who is just enabling them. And sadly, that's how people end up becoming narcissists. It's like they usually grew up spoiled, and then they found like one enabler after the other to keep this delusion going on in their heads. But they can't see, like, hey, you know, this is where I'm at in life, and this is where this person's at. They can't like just separate themselves from the other person, whoever it is, right? They have to constantly like self-project and self-reflect like their own worst tendencies that they see in themselves onto others. And it was funny because that coaching video I did, that hey, all haters are narcissists, like this dude literally did everything. Like literally did everything I talked about in that coaching video. He like embodied every single trait that I talked about in that coaching video, yet he couldn't even see it. And he self-projected it onto me. It's like, no, you are. And it's like, no, dude, no. Right? He was like, oh, he's been so sensitive to criticism. You can't take criticism. You can't take it. And it's like, dude, are you serious? Been in field for 3 decades, approached tens of thousands of women. I've been dealing with AMOGs, alpha females, violence in these venues for I don't know how long, little petty comments, dudes snickering, sneering. I mean, just over and over for 3 decades. Are you serious? You don't think I can take criticism? 2 YouTube channels with a couple of 100,000 followers. We get hundreds of comments per day. A lot of them are, you know, a lot of them are positive, but we get hate comments too. You know, it's like, dude, you seriously think that anybody can reach any level of success if they're sensitive to criticism? Are you effing serious? It's like, dude, you can't even see your own hypocrisy. You can't even see like, this is a reason you're hiding. This is a reason you're failing. This is a reason you're using a faceless profile and a fake account. You can't even stand by your words like a man. You can't even stand in front of it like a man, in front of your real profile photo or anything. You can't even do that, can you? And the funny thing too was this guy liked his own comment. He's like sitting here calling like me, everyone else a narcissist, and he likes his own comment for social proof. He liked his own comment. I'm like, dude, are you serious? Right? Are you serious? I mean, I didn't take the time to respond. My VA did. But again, I approved of it. I just kind of read through it and I was like, oh, cool. Nice points here, nice points there. I take it very impersonal. I take a very business approach to it where I want my VA to get better at verbal sparring, right? Especially if he's like going through comments and stuff like that. I want him to get really good at it. So when he goes out in field and he deals with real life AMOGs, he's like, whoosh, he's super sharp. Verbal sparring is a massively important skill to have. A lot of it comes back to self-awareness. And again, self-awareness and narcissism are in direct conflict with each other. You're never going to find a narcissist who's self-aware, right? Every single narcissist you ever meet is going to have like zero self-awareness. This is why they can't see that they're narcissistic. And even that video, the guy was literally trying to call me out on that. I'm like, do you realize you're talking about yourself again? It's like you're doing everything in your comment that you're trying to accuse me of doing, right? And the funny thing was too, I'm trying. I should have like pulled up his comment because I'm trying to remember exactly what he wrote. But there was something too about being successful, or I don't know if it was his or somebody else's, but like, yeah, something about like being successful. Like, oh no, successful people are not narcissists. That's why they try to rub it in people's faces. And I'm like, no, dude, if you achieve success, especially in today's climate, and you do something that none of your classmates were able to do, none of your family members were able to do, that everybody told you were never going to make it, and there's no way, you're washed up or whatever, and you actually succeeded, you rose above the odds, didn't come from money, and you rose above the odds and you became successful, you have the right to boast a bit, right? You have the right to gloat a little bit. You have the right to brag a little bit, you know? You do. Why? Because you accomplished it. You did it. You know when you don't have the right to brag and talk smack and all that is when you haven't accomplished shit. When you haven't done anything, right? And this is something narcissists do. They have no results in their life, right? No results of anything, yet they talk a big game. Like no result, talk a big game. But what crosses the line into narcissism is when they throw shade at people who actually are doing better than them. People who actually are succeeding. People who actually have physical proof and results that they're succeeding. And they're throwing shade at them and trying to act like they're on their level when they're not, right? There's a great saying. Sometimes a man has to be big enough to know how small he is. Great saying. Sometimes a man has to be big enough to know how small he is. You know, and like I said, when I was coming up and finding mentors, even though some of them I didn't agree with them on everything, even personality-wise, we didn't really get along that much, I just pushed my ego aside. That person had some knowledge that I wanted to learn from them. I wanted to acquire. And I just appreciated the fact that they were taking they're taking precious time out of their day to sit and talk to me, to sit and help me. I mean, I'm forever grateful. Even to this day. I'll still like shake their hand, say thank you, buy them lunch, buy them dinner. I'm grateful. I'm not no ingrate. I'm not going to go piss on them. I'm never going to piss on my mentor. Even if one of my mentors who helped me like 20 years ago came along and just want to like rub me in the head, I'm not going to take offense to that. I'll just be like, aha, cool, man, cool. Thanks for helping me, right? For me, it's not about my ego. It's just about winning, right? It's just about winning. I just want to win. I'm a competitor. You know, that's the thing. I just want to win. The thing about narcissists is it's like they want to win. It's more important for them to win in their heads than in real life. And that's the sad thing about being a narcissist is they can't see that. At no point in history have we ever had a time where you could like literally access any mentor you want for anything you want to learn for free, right? You could subscribe to their channel on YouTube. Doesn't cost a dime. And you can learn from this person. You can become better. You can become bigger. You can become the best version of yourself. And instead of like pushing your ego aside and getting help from this person who would be more than willing to help you, right? Successful people I've found are really, really nice. As long as you're cool with them, they'll help you. But if you start throwing shade, pissing on them, making little snotty comments about, oh, you bought that Lambo in the wrong color, red is for homos, should have bought black, should have bought black. You know, you say snotty things like that, they're just going to be like, I ain't helping this dude. I ain't helping you. Right? Even if they don't say that to your face, they'll be like, I ain't helping you. Right? I'm more vocal. I'll tell you that. I'll be like, I ain't helping you. right? I don't need to help you because there's tons of guys who want my help. There's tons of guys who want to learn. There's tons of guys who are willing to just push their egos aside to learn. Doesn't mean that I know I'm like way smarter than them, but whatever they're trying to learn from me, which is usually pick up and dating, I can help you with that. I can help you with that. And now, especially with business, because I've launched many successful businesses, I have a ton of knowledge when it comes to that. And I've done it. I came from nothing, no money, right? I was down to my last $500 and, I've done quite well. That's something I could help you with. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. Like, you have access to people who are successful realtors, right? Real estate investors, successful dating coaches, successful entrepreneurs. I mean, you could become a multimillionaire yourself. You could have millions of dollars in your bank account within a few years. But no, my ego, nope. Can't push my ego aside, man. I have to keep bullshitting myself that I'm the man and that person just cheated their way and there's something wrong with them. And I don't like their haircut. No, got to keep my ego intact. Got to keep my bubble intact. I don't want to face reality that maybe I'm sucking. Maybe I need help. As I've said before, losers are destined to fail in life. Why? Because they can't get past their own ego. They are their own worst enemy. Period. Okay? Period. They're their own worst enemy. And it's funny too. The thing I never did with my mentors is, even though again, I didn't agree with their personalities at times, but I pushed my ego aside. I mean, there were times where I felt like, oh, should I call him out over this? Because he was wrong about this thing. Or I don't like how he's doing this. Maybe I should call him out. And I didn't do it. Because the thing about successful people is they don't need to deal with your ass. They'll be like, yeah, it's one snotty remark too much. I just don't need to deal with it. I don't need to hear it right now. I'm just too busy, right? And it's because they're busy. I know that for a fact because I'm freaking super busy. I'm busy 24/7. You guys who follow me on Instagram at MattCrossOfficial, you see what time I get up. I get up at 3 a.m., son. I get up at 3 a.m., probably don't go to sleep till about 11, sometimes midnight. I get about 3-4 hours sleep. Constantly running my business. I'm acquiring other businesses. I'm working. I'm just constantly doing something. I've got a dating rotation. I've got, I got my cars I want to enjoy. I got my dogs to take out. Cash is handicapped. I got a life. Son. I don't have time for the snotty remarks, the snotty comments. And you know what? Other people who are in my entrepreneurs group who are doing like hundreds of thousands of dollars, even millions per month, they don't have time for it either. They're even busier than I am. They just don't have time for it. It's not about oh, you can't take the criticism. Oh, pussy. No, motherfucker, we don't have time for your shit. We don't have time for this play school shit, right? We don't have time. Be a grown-ass man. Right? If you're going to throw shade, talk shit, call somebody out, look in the mirror. Okay? Look in the mirror, son. If you want to call somebody out, look in your mirror first. Look in your mirror. Sad, dude. It's sad because I've had guys on my channel too who've done that, and it's like, I even feel bad because again, I let my VAs make the decision. We're not to sound like a dick, but we get a lot of comments on our videos, and I have other businesses to run as well, and I have my coaching clients to take care of. I have content to create. I just have a whole lot going on, so I let them deal with it, and they're really good. They're way better than I am at deciding, okay, you know what? This person's just a waste of time. We can't help this person. Sorry. And I hate to cut guys off because guys need help. But you know what? I rather focus on the guys who want the help. I rather focus on guys who want my help. And you know what? If your ego's too big to take my help and you need to make some snotty comments, you need to get your 2-second dirty high at my expense, throw shade because it makes you feel good, because it'll keep your delusional world intact while your life continues to fail. If that's what you want to do, sorry, I can't help you. All right? I can't help you. I can't do anything for you. And I'm just being real. Other people on YouTube, other mentors will bullshit you. Oh, no, it's fine. No, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm telling you the truth. And again, I'm telling you what other successful YouTubers have told me. Where do you think I learned? I learned from them. Because these guys had way bigger channels than mine at the time. Some of them still do. I know a couple of guys who have millions of subscribers, and they tell me how they roll. They'll never tell you that, never tell their subs, but I'm telling you that. I learned from them. I'm like, yeah, you're right. This saves a whole shitload of time. I remember there was a time where I just launched for my channel. I tried to help everybody, even the haters. I tried to connect with them too, and I was able to change a few. I mean, looking back on that, how time consuming it was, how much of my own time I wasted just so I could help this person overcome their ego. I don't have time for that now, because it's like we got a business to grow. I have other businesses I'm acquiring, and I have a life. I want to spend time with my animals. I want to spend time with my family. I mean, beyond business, I want to spend time with these girls I'm seeing. I want to enjoy life, right? I don't have time to sit there and hold somebody's hand because their ego is just too big. You know, their ego is constantly like getting in their way. I don't have time for that. It's like, dude, that's something you need to deal with. Right? That's something that you need to deal with. I mean, if you feel like you need to log on to YouTube and call out some self-made millionaire, call out some successful real estate investor, or some successful dating coach, whatever it is, right? Car enthusiast, and you think it's your job to call them out, meanwhile you're sucking at life, you have no results in life, because generally, people who do that are sucking at life. They have no results. I mean, statistically, that's what we found every single time. Like, they're not doing well in life. That's why they have time to do that shit. I do not have time to create a fake account, a faceless profile, and then go on YouTube and watch videos all day and then write paragraph-long diatribes about why I disagree with them and then pepper in some personal attacks. I don't have time for that shit. I have a business to run. I have a life to run. I'm all about results. I'm all about just enjoying the short time I have on this earth. And if this is how you want to spend your time, then go do that, okay? Because I got a number of guys who just want to learn, and they just want to get better, and they want to be better, and I want to help those guys, okay? When you're ready, you can get through your ego, then come back. And with that said, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, okay? I'm going to wrap it up here. Arm's getting tired. So until next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out from my garage, here with my DeLorean. No bookshelves yet, guys. No bookshelves. But I'm going to sign out here. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Obviously, helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. I need your help to help me promote this stuff by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free, doesn't cost anything. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Do it. Do it now, son. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content specifically for men even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube, and that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they shut us down one day, which they might, right? But if you're one of my premium subscribers on my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, you will always have access to all of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets content. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male content from me. So take advantage of it, okay? Take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.